know if that was some of it or not, but here we are. Um, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm not sure if anyone's on yet, but thank you all for patiently waiting. We are here for another collaborative conversation with Mr. Jon Agnew, Bike Dope official, master of a lot of things. All around cool person. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you for gracing me with your presence. So we go get off into it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Once again, thank you so much for coming. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. We tend to always have a good time. My friend Xavier Black just said, "What up, though?" Because
You got it.
from
You know, you speak the language. Yes, yes, ma'am.
yeah, yes, yes. So it is on. It is on. So yes. All right. So we're gonna get started. So, uh, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hold on now. Before we get started,
Uh huh.
I just, you're like the modern day Ayan Levon Zop, but Miss Penny style. I like to think that you've helped my family and myself more than you can ever imagine, Miss Penny. You know what I mean? Um,
Thank you.
and I think from you, I've learned how to listen more effectively. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Um, uh, you are more than you've helped me, you've helped my family, you've helped my wife, you've helped my son, and just that part alone just enables us just to, uh, I guess, navigate and migrate through our feelings and stuff like that a little bit clearer. You know,
Hmm.
so I just think I got to say that before anything, before me. You know what I mean? Like this how you think this is gonna go. I think it's gonna go this way, but in a good way. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I'm up for all of it. So.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 'Cause I think this is the crazy part. So I can tell you all about me, but you know, I talk to you when you're not here, right? You do understand?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm talking to my whole. I tell no lies, and I love you too
Uh-huh.
much to lie to you, right? So I talked to my buddy a lot, Duke Farrell, and I served in the military with him. And I'll be like, because we haven't talked like this, and it's been
Yeah.
years, honestly. You know what I mean? But like we speak indirectly, right? Like,
Right.
so I'm talking to my buddy on the hook. I'm like, hey man, you know, this, that, and the third. We going through it, whatever, life stuff. You know what I mean? And he like and he'll say, shit, what Miss Penny say? And I'll be like, well, and I'll be like, man, she ain't, you know what she was saying? And I just something that we had talked about
Uh-huh.
hits me right then and right there, you know. But it's kind of reversed because I do the same thing for him as well. Like he'll give me an earful about his life and what's
Uh-huh.
kind of not so going to his favor right now. And then he'll say, and I'll be like, hey man, if Miss Penny told me to tell you, you know what I mean? I promise. I'm not telling no lies. He'd be like, man, that's some bullshit. Don't do it. Just, hey, man,
Hmm.
just do. And yeah, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do what Miss Penny said. Like I'm telling you, that's what she told me to tell you. But
Well, well, thank you. That is such a great honor
yes,
that
ma'am.
you think of me in that way, and
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
glad. Your family is amazing, so I
I
love all of y'all.
appreciate it. Thank you.
It has been such a pleasure because I love working with people who want to work, and
Makes
it
sense.
makes a difference.
Makes, yes, ma'am.
Um, there was a time when I first started out that I did, I was taking, whoever, then that became a prayer of mine. It's like, okay, God, hey, who would benefit most for me, and the way that I do things, and that we can have a good exchange because I'm always learning as well, you
Yes, ma'am.
know,
Yes, ma'am.
as we're talking and getting to know and everything else, I get to learn as well. So it's always reciprocity that goes on.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, so I am grateful. You got a whole lot of words of wisdom. You have done some phenomenal things that we are going to starting off with the sweatshirt you got on,
Like this, I'm gonna dust off this thing, Miss Penny. I was in my drawer, like, you know what? This might be an opportunity to wear this whole thing. I ain't worn it in years, but today's the day, so whatever.
You know what? And I just had my t-shirt on the other day
Is
because guess what? Yes, because the t-shirt is phenomenal. Because how many years have I had it? And that is like one of my favorite go-to t-shirts.
That's awesome. I
Because
appreciate
it still feels good. Everything still looks good. It literally is my go-to. I'm sure I have. And what's so funny about it is I do have so many pictures of me different different places with the same t-shirt,
that's
the same
funny.
bike t-shirt. They probably like, do you have anything else in your wardrobe? That's like my go-to t-shirt. I'm serious. I was looking, I was like, okay, yeah, I might want to break out something else, but people don't think I
That's a
can.
good. I appreciate that, man. I've been kind of. I don't want to say I've been struggling with it, but I've been really trying to, I guess, reintroduce myself to the space of
Hmm.
getting the podcast back out here again, and maybe the brand too. But I don't know. It's I kind of been on the fence with a lot of things because, if memory serves me correct, when I started my podcasting wasn't a thing like that. You know what I
It
mean?
was.
And I kind of foreseen what I wanted to do, and I seen that uh, under the right circumstances, this was going to take off in a lot of different directions for a lot of different people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I
Exactly.
really wanted to get in before that. Uh, I think I did okay, but now it's like trying to get back into that space as things have changed and there's a lot more intricacies now with the social media and the clips and then the shorts and then this and that. Like I don't. I guess you got to kind of like I don't want to lose my voice. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to
Right.
be one of them to be in this space again. Like I don't even like saying like, click, subscribe. I don't like saying none of that because I just think if it's organic, you should want to do it anyway. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
but people, whether I like it or not, people kind of have to be led, into that space. I just don't think like that, and I don't think that people do. But I'm in a weird space with that. But I just think that not, and there's been a couple people I ran into that I've never met, and we
Hmm.
just kind of like have exchanges. I'm like, I had a podcast, a cool guy. We just started talking. I'll be like, I had a podcast back in the day, man. Like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, and I shoot it to him. I shot it to him, as a matter of fact, a couple weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and it was the episode I was in New York, and I sat down with him. It was a good episode. I liked it. It was fun doing it. They're all fun, but based on our conversation with the guy. I thought he
Hmm.
would like that episode, so I shot that to him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then took him about 3 or 4 days to get back with me. But I don't know this guy from a can of paint. Outside of
Hmm.
like working with him and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to do that." And I'm like, okay, I appreciate it, but the thing with it, you can't get gassed up either way because if he said it was trash, I'm supposed to get hurt like that. Like I'm weird like that. Like I have a hard time navigating those spaces
Listen,
like that. You know what I mean?
listen. I'm about to tell you to stop overthinking it because you just do what you do. You were doing what you did differently because since you ain't say it, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Your
Okay.
podcast was so different in that you just found cool people that you were interested in and hit them up out the blue because you like something that they were doing and you would roll out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so that was something totally different, that was like cutting edge, and that you got people to be receptive to you because they didn't know you from the same way the other guy didn't know you. They didn't know you either.
Right.
And you would literally just like, oh wow, what I think what you're doing is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm doing this and I'll be there, whatever, I'm gonna be that way. And let's hook up and have a conversation and let's, get into what you're doing or what have you. That was so cutting edge for that to be years ago before, like you said, everything gets popular and whatever. But you were doing, like, to me, cutting edge,
I
out of the box kind of stuff. Because it's like it's one thing to be sitting, like I just kind of sit here and talk. you would reach out to people you did not know, and roll up like for real. You in different states rolling up. Like it wasn't they wasn't like in your city. You like, huh? There goes somebody in California, wherever the heck you was at, because you would be
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah. Yeah. For real. Yeah.
like, oh, there's a something like you said, New York. Oh, there's somebody here, wherever you would go, and you would just roll up, have the conversation, do the podcast, and you would learn. Like we would just get an opportunity to learn about so many various different types of people, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I would just say, since you're not, tooting your horn, I will go ahead, and it's you still get to do it the way you want to. You
Yeah.
still get to, whether you hitting the subscribe button or telling them, or you just got, if you don't want to say it, just have it like everybody else do, just do a little ticker tape, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think
and,
about
and
that. It's true. Yeah. Yeah.
so you don't have to tell people or anything like that or even figure it out. It's more, I think what I'm finding is more about the patience that, it may not happen tomorrow, you know,
Yeah.
but the people who need to hear what you have to say will always hear it right when they need to, or that you were speaking to, or somebody's story, or what, or just something that was freaking just intriguing. Because I'm still on the dude you rolled up on.
Which
That was
one?
in
Which one you talking about? Who you talking about?
the adult entertainment
Oh, you
guy.
watched that one? You seen that one?
I did.
There's like
It,
so in my head, there's always a backstory to the stuff. You know what I
I
mean?
know, and who knew? Like I remember watching it, and I was
Yeah.
just like, cool dude, like, who knew, just
Yeah.
freaking who knew. And so that's what I found that was so like just great about what you were doing at the time. And I think sometimes we can be, of course, our own worst critics about how
Yeah.
things go and this, that, and the other, or that they don't go as planned. Because when has anything ever really freaking went as planned? That just usually doesn't happen.
Yes, ma'am.
um so just kind of being okay that through the hills, through the valleys, through that side, I always say we take the scenic route most of the time.
That's true. Yeah. So it's
We don't go
actually,
straight for anything. We just sit up there, we take the scenic route, and that be what that be what happens.
yeah.
So tell people, because you mentioned a little bit about being in the service. What's your, if we were to say, okay, Mr. Agnew, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself and like all of the things that you've been doing.
Well, I think I probably have to start by saying I'm from Detroit City.
Hey,
And
hey.
I'm born and raised from the east side of Detroit. Um, I went to the military. I went to the Marines for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty interesting. I've never really had a job, though. Like it's kind of I try to explain it to make it kind of make sense, but I've always worked my butt off. I never really had a job. I've always had like jobs, but not like a consistent thing. Because I guess I never wanted that consistency. Whatever I knew I wanted in my life, I wanted it big. I wanted a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it. And I knew that even as a youngster that, because where we come from, Ford, Chrysler, GM, you
Mm-hmm.
get something like that. That's hey man, size
Yeah.
still good. You know what I mean? And I never
Mm-hmm.
really wanted that. So hence I went to the military after that. And then after I got out of the military, I started driving trucks. I
Mm-hmm.
drove trucks. I still drive trucks. I've been driving trucks for about 20 some odd years. But
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of that, and I knew that that was a big money game too. So I figured I'd just get my seat because I needed something to do when I got out. Because I
Right.
can't tell my mother, hey, what you? Because my mother's a real mom. Like, what you gonna do? You want a career job, whatever? I'm
You're
like,
gonna do something.
I go drive a truck, I guess. Because I knew that there was a 6 week course when I got out the military,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna work it out from there. So I did that, and then got a couple of little odd jobs. Nothing to really no. What is it called? The 401k type
Yeah.
stuff, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting, my wife and I, we met and we got a truck and then we, made some decent money with that one and got a
Mm-hmm.
newer one and made decent money with that. But that was
Mm-hmm.
always the plan. Like whatever it was, I always want to make a ton of money.
Uh-huh.
That was it. Like there was no other goal. Like I'm not because I've learned that I can try to plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a good planner. I'm a better doer than I am a planner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That don't really work for me too well. Like saving money, I could do. I'm almost 50, and I'm learning how to save like a couple weeks ago. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Say
Because
Brandon.
it's life, right? It's just life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not to say I'm irresponsible or not accountable. It's just life, you know. But then I like to do stuff, right? I like to like even with the podcast. I woke up one day and I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of cool people in this world. You know what I mean? If I can create like a safe space
Mm-hmm.
where we can, kind of create. If I can create something just to have an exchange of energy, because you can't fake energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I can just create something like that, but I need a name, that's going to be synonymous with something that's, like and bike dope came to my head. I don't know where it came from. I wrote it down, and it turned to an acronym. So it was believe in killing everything, doubting ourselves, silent W, doubting ourselves was past experience, and it came
Mm-hmm.
up with bike dope, and I'm like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what, huh? But again, if I could sell 55 if I could sell a hoodie for $55 20,000 times, again, it makes me a millionaire. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Right.
whatever I gotta do, whatever I gotta do to do that, I gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, doesn't happen overnight. But just
Mm-hmm.
the journey that I always respected the journey. Like if I shot to New, I went to like I said, I went to all these not crazy places, but I went everywhere, and everybody has a story, right? And
Right.
I guess I've kind of understand that that's what kind of makes our lives parallel. Like
Mm-hmm.
your story is no different. It's different, but it's more the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're different people, but our stories and our differences kind of make us the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of took that approach, and then I started doing stuff, and other things. And what else I did? I had came up with some perfume one time. It was like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? Because I just think if somebody can do it, I can do it. And
Right.
success leaves clues. Like that, I don't like, and I know you know better than me. You just had more time than I had doing something than I did. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I don't think like that. Like my brain doesn't allow me to say no or have an off switch,
Right.
like
It's just like kind of like, why not?
yeah, like it has to be. I talk to myself like I talk to my kids.
Uh-huh.
It's just the same way. Like I
Mm-hmm.
talk to myself like, why no, what are you doing? Like I don't know. Maybe I need to get recalibrated, you know what I mean? And get
Mm-hmm.
myself back square and center, and
Mm-hmm.
go from there. But that's the thing with the podcast again. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, maybe huh, I can, because in my head I'm writing it down. I'm actually like formulating in my head, and I got
Mm-hmm.
this weird process that I kind of do. Like it has to make sense. I got to see it in my
Mm-hmm.
head, and then when I see it, it's already done. Then I take action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of my superpowers. Like it doesn't take long for me to make a decision. Right,
Mm-hmm.
wrong, or indifferent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um,
Well, there's a lot of people that take their time and then they don't decide because
yeah,
they take their time and like everything has to be right. And there really isn't, there's some things that are ideal, but I don't know if there's ever like a right time,
ever, ever and never.
So
Right?
if you don't, it's just like, some
Yeah,
are more favorable than others, but sometimes you don't know what that is or
yeah,
especially when you're stretching. You don't never know what the stuff is because it's new to you.
yeah.
You find out as you go. That
Yes,
was
ma'am.
one thing. One of the coaches that I had, Gina, she would always say that. She said you get the courage afterwards.
Mm,
You never get the courage before. It's
hmm.
not until after you do the thing do you have the courage to keep doing things, but you don't get it before, you know.
And that's the thing. What I learned with the podcast, because even these people I remember I went to New York City, I went to Brooklyn, and I was in Manhattan. I had to catch like 3 trains to get there. I've never been on
Mhm.
a train before, not like that, not as an adult. Yeah, maybe when I was a kid with my mom or something. I remember I went to Brooklyn, and
Mhm.
this guy, I reached out to him, and he was with it, and I was supposed to be there at whatever time, and I was on the train. I'm like, this dude is really expecting me to do what I said I was coming to do,
Mhm.
and me talking to me, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to do what you said you were coming to do,
Right.
right? And I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, you're right. But then when you get to this, like he was in a barbershop.
Uh-huh.
It was in a barbershop in Bed-Stuy, and it was called Eldo Malik's. And he
Uh-huh.
had a guy in there, like all these guys from Can of Paint. And my man was in there posing, taking pictures, like he's Instagram with it. You know what I'm saying? All the whole shebang. And he had a guy with him. And where I'm
Uh-huh.
from, it's like if I'm about to walk into a situation, I don't know these people, not nothing. And yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let's do it. So I walked in there and I
Uh,
pounded my man up and pounded him up. I'm like, what's happening? What up, though? You know what I'm saying? He's
yeah.
like, and the first thing I said to him, I'm like, you ain't think I'm gonna swear, Miss Spinks. No,
You know I don't care.
I said, you ain't fucking think I was gonna be here, did you? And he was like, you
No.
said you're gonna be here, so I guess you're gonna be
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And
Nice.
I'm like, well, shit, I gotta set my stuff up, you know. And at that point, I knew that I was on to something. I knew
Mm-hmm.
if I could just maintain the momentum, I knew it might take a while to catch, but I just knew in my heart that it would be, it could be something. I just gotta wait for it, not wait for it, but just take the steps, you know, and don't
Mm-hmm.
rush. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that, but it was just so many in that. But just when I was in that space, and he's talking to me, and we're having the exchange and the energy and just going back and forth. This grown man, I met this dude 15 minutes ago, and I asked him something because I had did a little bit of homework before I met up with him. And I
Mm-hmm.
asked him something, you know, he was like I say, he was, you know, got the chains, the whole shebang,
Uh-huh.
$100,000 motorcycle outside, all this cool stuff. But I asked him about his grandmother. I said, tell him about grandma, dog. That's what I said. I said, tell him about grandma, dog. He
Mm-hmm.
looked at me like, who the fuck is this dude? And he looked at me. He kind of looked off and he kind of started like wiping his eyes and he started crying. And I'm like, wait a minute. I done struck a nerve. I'm not to try to attack you, not like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like you can't fake certain things. You dig what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you can't fake it. And I just knew I was on to something. It's just I knew that like the stuff that I deal with, like the family stuff or just life stuff, it's just a job just to not quit, you know. And I'm getting back acclimated to my stuff now because I got a social media manager now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's ready to rock and he was ready to rock and roll last night, like before
Uh-huh.
this, because
Uh-huh.
I'm treating this like my reintroduction to the space again. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
really am. I really am. Just me being me, just being the best version of myself.
You're
And
right.
that's I got a job now, Miss Penny. That's crazy. I got a
You
job,
know. Okay.
and
How is it? How's it going?
what's a job? You know, see, that's the thing, right?
Yeah. You
I'm a
do what you gotta do.
yeah, it's I work and this and anybody and I say this with the most humility in the world, right? But anybody would have the job that I have
Mm-hmm.
would right now would one be very very grateful, which I am. I'm
Mm-hmm.
grateful for the position that I have and the job that I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not me though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Got
I feel like I'm in costume every time I go. I feel like
uh-huh.
Donnie Brasco. Like I'm doing this for a reason. Like the reason will be like, hey, like you remember the movie Donnie Brasco? So
Uh
it was with Johnny Depp and Al
Pacino? I wanna
and,
say.
and the guy's name was Al Pacino. His name was Lefty.
Mm-hmm.
And in the movie, Al Pacino was kind of like he was a gangster, but he was on a
Trying
decline than what he used to be.
right.
Johnny Depp was trying to get to the pinnacle
With
of the mob,
right.
and he
Mm-hmm.
had to get through Lefty. He had to get to Lefty to get through Lefty to get to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it was just, and I kind of feel like that, like I'm doing something like that to get to this. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
That's what I feel. I really feel like I'm in the movie and I'm trying to navigate to something because I done did too much cool shit to just undermine what I did to come work a job. Like that's how I feel, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're at. You know, but it's again,
It's a moment in time
yes, man.
to handle whatever needs to be handled. And so, Miss Terry, hey, what we're talking about. So, right now we are having the conversation with Mr. Jon Agnew. We're basically talking about life. I tend to ask questions. And we were just kind of going through some of the things that he's done in his life with the podcast he had and how it was cutting edge at the time and still is, because like what you did, I don't know if I see that. I see a lot of people talking about different stuff. A lot of people talk about relationships or this, that, and the other. um Here we talk about you. But once again, how everything is connected and how our stories end up being connected, how as we talk, just like you said, you end up having these parallel kind of universes, that you just, like, I've not had a person that I've talked to where I haven't been able to learn or get something out of the experience or just learn something. I think that's one of the best things about just listening and talking. You get so much rich information. It may be that spark, because when you say, oh, once it's in my head, then that's it. I don't really think about stuff. Somebody may need to hear that part because they
Yeah.
may be like, I didn't sit here for about 5 years, just still thinking about.
But don't hold on, Miss Penny. Pause right there, right? Because my old lady, my wife,
Uh-huh.
she she's not like that. She's like
Uh-huh.
she's not because she's my wife and she's safe, right?
Uh-huh.
Because she's the kind where we can go, but I'm gonna I'm jumping, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
jumping. I'm hoping this parachute's gonna work when I get down, and if not, no, I'm gonna have a couple of scratches, couple of bumps, couple of bruises. But
Mhm.
she is gonna take the other route where the steps are and or the ladder. Me,
Yeah.
it don't
You
work like that.
parachute or just,
Yeah, hey, man, they told me it worked when I bought it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna take that approach. But that's that's the thing. I believe, like I said, I believe that's my superpower. As I
Hmm.
said, I've never thought about it like that. You know what I mean? I just believe that, because success is just love speed. Every Not to say you don't want to speed through life, but you just want to act on not even act off emotion. I believe you just want to
Well, because it's an act off of intuition. Because I think there's
intuition,
sometimes
intuition.
that that it's time. I
Yes, ma'am.
think that we all have that internal, thing that if we listen to it or if we quiet enough to listen to it, you'll be guided and directed, and usually that's like spot on.
Yeah,
Sometimes we allow all of the other stuff to get in the way, and sometimes we don't hear that so much. But I think that's the thing, like you say, that we all have. Like there's that time where you just know, okay, just go, or for whatever, because I think it's always still the right path. Even when we do things, it's like for whatever you're supposed to get, whether it's the person that you meet at this moment in time because you are here, that lead to all of the other things that were lining up for 2 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like you just never know until everything starts playing out the wise half of the time.
I was speaking to my social media guy today, and he was, he was saying I need to get my YouTube back pumping or whatever. And I'm like, man, like the stuff I got is like 5 or 6 years old or whatever. I mean, because you still want to stay relative to the times, right? In my head. And he hit me back when he's in California. He was like, man, like, content is just content. It's all just good content. But
Yeah.
people just Nipsey Hussle stuff, right?
Hmm.
Because everything at this point he does or has now is gonna be old, right?
Hmm.
And it just kind of made me think, like, ah, you're right again. And maybe that might be me talking myself out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just trying to, because comparison is the thief of joy, right? So you
Yeah.
don't.
And I'm beating us up all the time sometimes.
Hey, hey,
Trying to fight. Yeah.
I'm no different, right? Not because I still want to stay relative.
Hmm.
I just don't a lot of because it's hard to be able to talk to people who haven't done what you've done. And if you want their insight, a lot of times it's like real friends are
Hmm.
really hard to come by. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And like honest friends, like people that can really who know you
Hmm.
and don't want to spare your feelings, but they just know your version of you and have grown with you and
Hmm.
through the trials and tribulations and just know the
Right.
new version of you and know your old habits. You know what I mean? Like how
Right.
you do. Like so that's why you're so easy to talk to because you're never judgmental, but you got a really, really, really nasty Rolodex of how you know how people are. You know what I mean? But in a good way. But in a good way. Like you understand. That's why I'm telling you, Miss Penny, have we not me, had I not met you under the circumstances that we met, I don't know how my marriage would have lasted like it did. I don't know
Mm.
how it has, and I don't know how my child would have fared when he endured the loss that he endured.
Mhm.
Because in the community, right,
Mhm.
he'll be all right. He'll figure it out. Like life
Mhm.
is shown. That's the craziest shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's not how things work. Like
Right.
we gotta be able to process things and know like I knew that I could help him, but my help would have to come as just a support and to be a pillar. It just you can
Mhm.
always run back to dad, catch dad for a hug or lean on him. But
Mhm.
look, dad's right here. But look, you need to baby, give him Miss Penny's address. You know what I'm saying? You need to talk to Miss Penny quick, fast, because and then
Mhm.
now just to see him speak to you like he did
Oh my
made me
gosh.
I shot
Amazing.
that thing to probably 10, 15, 20 people. Now,
Mhm.
whether they watched it or not, and I just because he doesn't know what I see in him, as most
Mhm.
children, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
He doesn't understand that. But I see so much potential, so much greatness in him. It's
Mhm.
just again, step by step, inch by inch.
Mhm.
But without you, Miss Penny, this road would have been really, really, really rough and raggedy as hell. And so for real. And it would have been really, really hard to kind of navigate. But you make things more endurable, and you give us the courage and the patience, and like because I was thinking about when I get my thing back together. Hold on now,
Hey.
I'm Miss Penny. Hold on now, because you talk about this. Listen, this is because because again, it's just in my. I'm making a note, making my
Uh-huh.
little in my head. But then the
Mhm.
thing is, once the momentum starts, it starts to snowball. And
Right. Yeah.
first of this, and before long, it's like you got all these people watching and viewing. Like, okay, well, shit, that's cool for them, but we still got to do what we got to do. And
Right.
hopefully, the goal is to always help people. You know
Yes.
what I mean? And just
Absolutely.
feel like we're all the same, and we deal with shit, and it hurts. And life sucks sometimes, man. And if you got good people, you got to hold on to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just know we kind of fight our own fight and battle our own battle, but we can't do it alone.
Right. Absolutely.
So I got it.
So if you were a book, what would the name of the book be and why?
Um, I would think that's my favorite question on the thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, first the cover would be like in graffiti, right?
Uh-huh.
And it would be like anxiety over here in this corner, and over here would be like self love over here. Then over here would be what what do we like? It's just like a big question mark, like how and why, like is this possible, or
Mhm.
why'd you say that? But I think the overall cover of
Mhm.
like a lot of subtitles, I think too. But I think the actual title would be uh, "Don't Forget to Breathe."
Oh, nice.
I think that's what it would be. I think don't forget to breathe, like because
Mhm.
that's the most important thing because life has us just it's a lot of stuff coming at once. You know what I mean?
Right. Mhm.
But you got to remember you can't deal with everything at once. But what you got to do is me to me
Mhm.
speaking to myself. What I do is center
Mhm.
myself. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, that's exactly what I needed.
This is the anxiety. Why we got anxiety? Okay, because okay, we can
Mhm.
unpack that slowly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe that anxiety spawned this, or maybe that. And so the
Mhm.
book is a collective of all our thoughts and whatever, whatever. So that would
Mhm.
be like the whole book would be written very cohesively. But I think the premise of it would be just to be like even because I scuba dive. I'm a scuba diver. I told you that, Miss Penny.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'm a scuba diver. One day I woke up, like, you know what? What that's what it seems like. It seems like it's one day I woke up. But the
Mhm.
thought was way, way, way back. And I just kind of,
Mhm.
the day that everybody sees the day I would have made it happen. But I just don't tell
Mhm.
everybody my thoughts until I do it. Like, oh, he just went out and got a goddamn scuba. Why you scuba dive? Like, well, I've been thought about it. It's new to you, but not new to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then the
Awesome.
most important, the number one rule in scuba diving is don't forget to breathe
Mm.
because you breathe into your mouth first, and
Uh-huh.
there's nothing under you.
Uh-huh.
So whatever you see over there and all this is going on, but you got to remember because
Yeah.
you can start kind of twisting and turning and pushing and pulling. You know,
Mhm.
but the bigger part of it is,
Got to.
and when you gotta take a couple breaths, just okay, okay. Now I got my buoyancy. Now I can float. Now I
Uh,
can. Okay. Now I seen sharks in Hawaii. Not
oh,
like great white stuff. Not like white people stuff. Not like that. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
But it was some kind of like reef sharks or something. I seen a
Mhm.
big, like a big sea turtle, and
Oh, wow.
it was like he went right, like he was about this big, like 700 pounds. He was just going right across.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, I am from Detroit City. what the fuck am I doing in this Pacific Ocean dealing with this goddamn water? You know what I'm saying? But it's that's part of the thing, of my thing where you gotta kind of like you got
Mhm.
me. I have challenges that I set for myself,
Mhm.
and goals, and again, success leaves clues. But if they can do it, I know I can do it, and
Right.
because I just know I can. It might take me a minute, and if
Mhm.
I can figure it out in my head, then we take action. That's it.
Mhm.
We take action. We take action. That's what we
So
do.
have you ever just started without totally figuring out just because you
Yeah,
have that wants it to be okay?
yeah, hell yeah. That's part of it too. All thoughts on complete. You know what I'm saying? We try to, but when
Mhm.
I got the when I got the basement of it written up,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Would you say you good? Good enough to start.
yeah, when I got the basement of it,
The
then we
found
got to
the foundation good.
yeah. I come up the stairs, look, oh, that's the bedroom, that's the bathroom. Well, there's another
Uh-huh.
story I think up here somewhere, and we kind of write that up too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then we just hop out there because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we all got an appointment we're not gonna miss. You know what I mean?
Touche.
And
Mhm.
why would you not? Why would you ever settle just for being like just whatever? Like we're all born with some kind of gift, right? And
Right.
sometimes it takes other people to tell us what it is, but we're all born with these cool idiosyncrasies that God gave us. That's
Mhm.
in there. You know what I mean? It's in the DNA
Right.
somewhere that can't nobody take away from them if they try it. And you hope you pass it down to your kids, and because you'll be able to see it in them when they got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, and you, if you don't act on it, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we, were you born just to go, just to like work a job? I guess I don't know, or you like,
Mhm.
what would
Well,
you? Hmm?
I think when you have the when you make different choices, because I think it takes a lot to make a choice to go against the grain.
Yeah,
And I think some is harder than others to go against the grain. Whether it's family pressures or whatever, it's just harder for some people. But when you make that decision, life is different, and you do kind of say like, huh? Because I remember when I was working for the county, and everybody was like, oh, you got to get the insurance. And I'm like, but you can get your own insurance. Oh, you got to get your retirement. I'm like, but you can get your own retirement. I'm staying here because I need, this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
yes,
shit,
ma'am.
ain't nothing guaranteed at the end of the day. So like at any given point in time, you may lose some of the things. And the way that everything's going on. So to say that you are there for the particular things that you can actually get on your own was always amazing. Like I couldn't understand it for me. I was just like, huh. But sometimes it's hard to stretch out for certain people because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, let me, like you said, the Chrysler, GM, like, Ford, like there, that was the thing. And so it takes a lot to stretch beyond that sometimes. So
And
I think that's a huge thing. Um, allowing your mind to be able to be flexible, I guess. Like it doesn't always have to be what everybody said it was. Like you get to decide for yourself because there is all of the stuff that God gives us all individually.
the beauty
To
of it, that's
y-
so. If people only knew how important that was, you know what I mean? Like at some point, I think we lose our imagination
yeah, for
and
sure.
we lose our creativity. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
like we weren't just. It's my belief that we weren't designed to like really like we don't look like one another, but we share a lot of the same symmetry. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
when you don't make good on certain stuff that's in our like in our DNA,
Mhm.
then I don't think it's like them being fulfilled. You know what I mean? But again,
Mhm.
that's just what I know. And I'm gonna tell you this, Miss Payne, before I forget. I just lost a really good friend of mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He died January 27th, and this was like I met him in '92. We went to Cass together,
Mhm.
and it was, and I always tell people, and I'll tell him to his face, and I know I got a guardian angel, an angel for sure, but he would say, I always tell him he's a really good planner, right?
Mhm.
He used to plan the shit out of life, like
Uh-huh.
like in 27, he was a firefighter. He retired. He had 27 years of service,
Mhm.
and it just I think from this whole, and I was talking to my wife about it, and ever since that happened, he died of cancer. And you got to
Mm.
figure he was running in and out of burning buildings in the D, right? So
Mhm.
infrastructure still messed up in D. It's asbestos everywhere.
Right.
It's still cold as hell, still hot as hell, potholes still everywhere, and he's still fighting fires. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those guys and gals are.
Mhm.
But just seeing, being going to the service and just the whole thing, and just like talking to him. I think last time I talked to him was, I think it was December 24th. I think 'cause I was at,
Oh
because we
wow.
went to see the Lions play when they played Minnesota. We
Mhm.
took we did Christmas in Minnesota. That was pretty cool. And we hung out, and I just think that's part of me kind of reintroducing myself to this space again. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Because again, like him planning his life, and because in 35 years, man, I'm or 30 years, I'm walking, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, well,
Mhm.
that was my dog like 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
man, now he's gone, right? But it's, I guess he's gone in the physical, but he's around here
Mhm.
somewhere. But it's just like you can plan and you can plan and you can plan, but you can get some insurance somewhere else, like Miss Penny said. You know what I'm saying? You can plan, Lord knows you can plan. And then the situation I'm in now is full of people who,
Mhm.
you know, I'm doing another 10 years here, and I'll do 15 here. I'm like,
Mhm.
God, what's gonna happen tomorrow? You like what's gonna happen tomorrow?
Right.
Nobody knows. That's not how this works. So I'm jumping off the bridge every chance I get because I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna try to be a little bit, and I think the older I got, I'm a little bit more not maybe I think a little bit further ahead. You know what I'm saying? Not to sound a
Mhm.
loosey goosey like a wild cannon, but there's certain things in me that's just hard to turn on. You know,
Right.
but it's all for the greater good though. It's not just because I want to be cool or,
Mhm.
like, And again, remember, I want to get them M's, Miss Penny, and I know how you got to shake the boat to get them M's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm not trying to be, working this job, and when I die or if I expire or something, I give a number to a supervisor to my sons. Hey man, call him to give you a job. That's
Yeah.
not life fulfilled. We don't play that game here. I understand it's part of the game, but don't
Mhm.
lose.
Yeah.
Don't
What
don't
you
lose your don't
want to
lose your
do.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose your crazy.
Mhm.
Just kind of curtail it a little bit. It's cool.
Yeah. I like moments in time. They're only
Yes.
moments. Some moments last longer than others, but like it's all really just a moment. And if you have that perspective on it, it makes it go a lot easier. Because
Yes.
if it's just a moment, it's just a moment where whatever needed to happen is happening, and then you're already doing some other stuff. Like what you knew that you would. So like that's always gonna be a thing. Like
Yeah.
you
I
know,
just I
you
just
know.
want to. I think but I think somebody has to make it make it in a way like I want, like, when I go or whatever this is supposed to be for me. It could be this, it could be that, it could be anything. But when I make it, I want to have, like, even bring Miss Penny and then have Miss Penny in the space over here, like in your euphoric area. You know what I mean? And people can kind of like talk to you. You'd be like passing, like, even remember at the banquet, at the dinner that we had, he
Mhm.
came for JP. Remember, for us when he was when the college send off thing. Remember,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you
Yeah.
came, but I see how you were peeping the room, how you were checking people out. Like, oh, okay, huh?
Uh,
And I'm like, Miss Penny got some game, boy. Like, the way she's scouring the room with just eating a chicken wing, real cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we gotta set it off. We gotta do it big, man. Just so you can just be in your space, and because I really want to give you the flowers that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Like this is cool, like, but you are something far, far greater than what this can speak to. You know what I'm saying? Like this,
mhm.
hopefully this reaches the masses, but if it doesn't, it wasn't supposed to. But like your gift is being able just to listen and be like, hey man, it's okay. It's all right, man. Well, like you say, now it's gonna stick. That's etched in my soul now. Moments in time. Boom. That's it. That's all it took. That's what it was. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah. So can you think of something that happened, um, something or somebody that over a short period of time had a really big impact on you?
um, I don't know. I just think my family. I think it's
Okay.
kind of that's the kind of like the the quote unquote answer. But I just think just like not having an active father and
Mhm.
seeing how important the male is in the family. Not
Mhm.
not like a dominant male, but just a consistent male. But
Right.
just being dominant when you have to be.
Mhm.
Uh, I think just not having that made me kind of really need that and see how important it is.
Right.
Um, and just being able to juggle personalities and stuff like that. So I think my like how important it is for us to be cohesive as a unit.
Mhm.
Like JP being able to me having the confidence in him that he's gonna do the right thing. About 76% of the time, I'm cool with that because he's still a
Uh-huh.
kid. So you have to allow a lot of room for error. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I think I'm happy with that. And Lil G is moving and doing his moving and grooving, and Danielle is she's doing her thing as well. So I think that for me,
Mhm.
is,
You know what threw me off?
what's
I'm
that?
not used to hearing you call him JP. I just so I was like, who where I go?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, that's
I
his.
was like, okay.
Yeah, JP is
I was
that's
like, yeah,
that's his name. That's his whatever. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know who the
yeah.
dude is nowadays, Miss Penny. I just know to me he's JP and whoever
Uh-huh.
else you tell whatever whoever else you
I was
dealing
like,
with and whatever. He got this boy got aliases and all everything. I'm like, well, does whatever know about the he like, oh no, dad, I'm gonna keep that. I'm like, well, so this is a whole different person. Okay, I guess. But I'm just happy he's able to have the capacity to think. You know what I mean? I just that's our conversation. Even like with that, like we're growing. I'm
Uh-huh.
growing as well. Like I don't always say I want to be the old guy. I want to be the old guy, but I only be the old guy. Like I don't
Right.
want the playbook is just being like I want to be formidable. I want to be an ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just be able to just to change and be able
Mm-hmm.
to listen and just know that their lives aren't going to be the same as mine because they're younger.
Right.
But in the times are so much faster and they're different and it's scarier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but at the same time, I think I think we're doing okay.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. So what are some characteristics that you look for in friendships? Qualities, characteristics that are important to you?
Oh man, I think the number one thing is honesty.
Mm.
I think loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
and we gotta be if we're gonna be a real friend, we gotta laugh. Like
Oh, yeah.
we gotta have a sense of humor because if you got no sense of humor, man, you know, life is
Just fine.
we gotta
Just
laugh. I mean, like my side is hurting. Laugh. You know what I mean? Like a good friend, like that's
Uh-huh.
what we miss. Life happens. And a lot of my friends who aren't here, we might have fell out or something like that. That's my buddy, the firefighter. We never fell out, but we used to laugh. I mean, hard. Like
Hello?
let me pull my car over and laugh. You know what I mean? And but
Uh-huh.
like he was idealistically one of the best friends of like I could have ever had. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just in terms of that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
like he was the poster child for that. As far as like wrong or right, we got if our backs against the wall, I remember we got into a big fight one time. It's just crazy, and just me and him, and it was just like shit. What? Come
Which
on,
one you get?
yeah, it was just one of them deals. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I think to answer your question, I think that would be it. It's just a whole host of things, but I think loyalty, honesty, probably, and
Mm-hmm.
sense of humor to be a good friend. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
be able to listen and just be consistent.
Right.
Consistency too is a big
So, what is something that you would tell your younger self about how to best prepare for the future?
thing. I don't. I think that's a. I don't know. I don't know if because I've heard people say that before. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if I necessarily agree with that because I don't
Okay.
know if my younger me would
Would
even.
listen.
I think the younger JA will probably just be like, man, that's like
Mm-hmm.
like I don't. I think it would just be receptive and
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you're going maybe just slow down just a little bit. Go fast as hell, but
Mm-hmm.
just slow down. Maybe not fast as hell. Maybe
Just fast.
yeah, just fast because fast is cool, but fast as
Mm-hmm.
hell you're gonna miss a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You might miss a lot. So just if
Mm-hmm.
you try to just you can go full throttle, but The speed limit is only 70. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
Mm-hmm.
you can do 70 and catch a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would probably just say just be receptive and just, you know, take everything with a smile, and know whatever it is gonna be okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be all right. I can assure you that. Win, lose, or draw.
Right.
I think I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay. So what do you think that people will be surprised to know about you?
Mm, I absolutely love to garden.
Really?
Gardening. That's my thing. That's my thing. Um, if I'm like I was just doing some stuff today. I gotta be at work at 2 o'clock, but I gotta.
Uh-huh.
I was getting my garden ready for now. This
Uh-huh.
this season, I'm gonna do herbs this year. I did.
Okay.
I did last year. I did cucumbers,
Mm-hmm.
some green beans. What else? I can't remember. I did some other stuff, but I had cucumbers for weeks. It was
Mm-hmm.
great, man. I was this year. I'm doing herbs though, like herbs that like I'm gonna do rosemary. I'm gonna do thyme. I'm
Uh-huh.
uh, just the basic stuff. But then there's some other stuff I was thinking, and I'm gonna make like I like to juice a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna make some teas out of the herbs I'm gonna grow.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and then
Uh-huh.
I only wear black ankle socks. That's another
Okay.
idiosyncrasy. Like any only wear, that's it. Like with dress shoes, you see my ankles, and I only wear black ankle socks. I like
So even if you got white shoes, you got black ankle socks?
always. Always. From the Fan Five, like shout out to Gold Michigan, right? They just won the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
It was inspired by the Fan Five back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I remember them.
yeah, yeah. Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, all those guys.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say inspires you?
I would say uh, just the belief that it's been done before, and nothing
Mm,
is truly new under the sun. Um,
okay.
you just really gotta take action and do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get the same result these people have because you're not supposed to.
Right.
You're gonna get your own results based on whatever research and homework that you've done or the work you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that inspires me to know that it's feasible and it's possible. I know it's possible. I know it's possible. Like I just know it is. If people can put pyramids together
Mm-hmm.
based on whatever they had or didn't have, I know I can make 10, $20 million. I know I can. Like the without a shadow of a doubt. But I gotta have the right vehicle, the right tools to do that. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, and like I think your marketing person, you said,
Mhm.
your social media marketing person, it's like nothing. I think when you were talking about the authenticity and certain things are just timeless. So I don't think that there's ever a time where things that are said won't have an impact.
I get it.
So just because it was an authentic exchange, you were vibing the energy and everything else. I think certain things like that are timeless, that you don't have to worry about an expiration date on good information. It's like half of the books that are hundreds of years old that everybody still read.
Yeah.
The information is timeless,
But
and it fits all of the times.
but to be in that space though, Miss Penny, you know what I mean? Like that's like for you to even say that is in such like it's so humbling in such rare air. You know what I
Mm,
mean? It's like I've met so many cool people and done so
yeah.
many cool things, but to be like to say that you can look at my old stuff and be like,
Mhm.
that's yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's so cool to be even to even have that. But
Yeah.
but for some, there's a bigger part of me that thinks it might not be relative to the times. Sometimes,
I mean, everybody, thing, whatever has a lane. So how is someone's life not relevant? Because that's basically what you're trying to tell me, and I ain't buying it.
yeah,
Because you have interactions with people in their lives
yeah,
and what's going on with them. So how is that ever irrelevant? It ain't clickbait.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's not you gonna say one thing and then it end up looking like something else by the time they join in. No, it's gonna be what you said it was, and you
yeah,
get to listen to someone's life experience or whatever the thing, the backstory to some of the people, or like how you did the research and knew like okay, even with this guy, someone who was important to him. Let me ask because obviously he was moved because of the relationship.
Yeah.
that you paid attention enough for that. So how is that, and for the people that it isn't relevant for, it wouldn't have been because they own something else.
Yeah.
You
I
know what
remember,
I'm saying?
yes, ma'am. I
You,
remember I was talking to my buddy, and I was coming back from the airport from doing that.
hmm
Somehow, somewhere, I put it out there. I let him. He heard it before, whatever. And I was coming back from the airport, and my man, the guy that heard it, not the guy that sat down with, but just somebody else.
yeah.
And he was like, man, so what do you do from here?
hmm
Like it was like that was like the pinnacle. Like
hmm
that guy I talked to was like the guy of all guys to him. You know
hmm
what I mean? And again, that was when I knew I was kind of on to something. So I'm
hmm
like, damn, like you're really thinking like that, like, huh?
Yeah. And why not?
Yeah, yeah. But
So
there's so
I
much
think,
power and that you possess. Like I sat down with my father. What the guy called my dad's not my dad. It's
hmm
called Pops Rap Part 1 and 2. I remember we talked. It was just it was pretty cool, man, that we just rapped. But
hmm
but he died 4 or 5 years ago, cancer. And now I catch myself listening to me and him talk.
hmm
And he would always say, God damn it, John, you're a goddamn freak. That's what he would always say. Goddamn freak, John, you're a goddamn freak. What do you walk around this goddamn backpack? Who do you think you like in a good way? Like, who do you think
yeah,
you
yeah,
are? I got
yeah.
you in my house and you just talk. I'm telling you about my daughter and she got, just on and on and on. Because people like to talk. And I learned that people like to talk and talk about themselves. But you just got
hmm
to find that right groove, and that's
Or
why, huh?
I was just gonna say, they like to know that they're seen and heard.
Yeah. That's why Miss Penny, she taught me how to listen.
As I was like, it's not even that people like to talk. I think sometimes they just aren't seen or heard. They
Yeah.
may have talked all the time, but how often do people hear them?
Yeah. Right. 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 Exactly. That's the
hmm
whole thing. That's what I was telling you about my kid when with Jaden when you
You can
and
go. I know who you're talking about now, so I'm good.
yeah,
You can do JP. I'm good now. I was
yes.
did I miss something?
When I knew that when he just like his mother and I try
hmm
to again be constant pillars or whatever, but he just need a little bit more. You know what I mean?
hmm
And
hmm
to be heard by somebody else who's receptive and can probably give him some tools to navigate to kind of be like, you know what, that's okay to feel like that, and
hmm
it's normal. It's completely
hmm
normal because it means more. Because you can, Miss Penny can say something to him, and Dad can say something. Miss Penny can say something. It's like, oh yeah, Miss Penny, something like, hold on, dude. I said Miss
Told
Penny
you
said.
that 2 years ago.
I said what she said, but that's part of the village. You know what I mean?
It's
It's part
part of
of
the
the
thing.
yeah, it's part of the village, and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
Yes,
My
yes.
little boy, that's believe me, you're gonna see little G too. Whenever he's age to come talk to you, because I know when his little, he's like I don't know about that man. But just as he's like me reincarnated. You know what I
hmm
mean? And
hmm
just he processes information, and like he's like I preach to him, just go with what you feel, go
Uh-huh.
with what you feel, and then now you got to kind of fine tune a little bit. Now
But
you got
yeah, just bring it
to
in just a little
think a
bit.
little bit more. Just think,
Uh-huh.
just think about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I just know there's stuff that he deals with too.
hmm
Just him having sickle cell and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And him coming of age.
hmm
So he's next on the agenda. So whenever the age is, whenever she go in there, go in that room. Go in that
Just
room
say,
and
go
talk
right
to me.
ahead.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's
Is
cool.
there anything that you feel like people misunderstand about you?
Um, I just really want to sincerely help. Sometimes when I speak, I think I speak from my heart.
hmm
The same way I speak to you about money and stuff and progression and good
hmm
stuff and life and hope and stuff like that. It's the same way I speak to everybody. But you
hmm
can't, you know, I guess if I'm talking 15, $20 million, and some of us has to be up 8 in the morning to make $15 an hour, it's gonna be hard for them to process what I'm saying. But I don't believe in them in my light.
Mhm.
just because. But then that's where the disconnect comes in at. Because if you're making $15 an hour and I'm trying to make 15 million,
Uh-huh.
uh, we're not the same. Well, but we are. We are the same. It's
Yeah.
just it's just your walk is you believe what you believe and you think what's gonna work for you is gonna work for you. Where I'm jumping. The cliff on the thing is on the other side of that street is the blessing that you never knew you needed. It's over there, it's
Right.
right over there.
Mhm.
Over there. It might take that person however long to go across that street.
You know, but and sometimes maybe you're there to show them what's across the street.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
You
the
know,
idea of the podcast. That's why
yeah.
I did it like that. That's why I framed it like that. That's why I thought about it like that. Keyword
Mhm.
is I don't like keep saying I, but that's what I did it. Is I that was the whole thing. I was meeting
Was
so
you?
many people.
Was it somebody else? No, I'm kidding.
I met so many people, you know what I mean, from
Mhm.
coast to coast, that had so much good stuff to say and it's different than we are. As different as we all are, we're all the same, right? And
Yeah.
that was always the thing. Like I'm out here in California in some dude's apartment. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like what? And he has two assistants, not the guy that you. I don't know, David Sebastian. And the
Uh-huh.
room was red. I'm expecting this. I'm sitting on the couch waiting with a bag in my hand. I don't know if this dude's gonna come out like Morpheus. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here for it.
Right.
But I'm here for it. And it's all these paint. He had paintings in his kitchen and all this stuff. And I'm like, dog, what? And I will always tell somebody, like, look, man, this is my location. This is where I'm at.
Right.
Just in case,
Say just in case.
yeah, just in case something, you know what I mean? But I always just say, look, if I'm a prayer, I can't worry about it. That's not his
Mhm.
word. I'm a prayer,
Mhm.
I can't worry about it. If there's faith, there's both faith and fear. You can't
Mhm.
see either one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't
Right.
see either one. But you got to
Mm.
subscribe. You got to subscribe to something. So I'm gonna subscribe to the faith that I pray to. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm rolling. That's cool. Whatever.
And when you say that, I I am so in agreement because I think that, for a lot of people who this about to sound real judgmental, but that claim to have faith, I think they forget to pray.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, even if you have to pray for the faith for the thing, because there's sometimes I have to pray for the faith to have the faith for the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And so like it's all good, but it's like if you really believe there's a trust, and then there's a underlying certainty that for whatever it is, everything is going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that that's the other piece that, like, okay, I don't okay, I've had all of these stories too about all of the places that I've gone and all of the people that I've met, like you have all of that.
Yeah.
And it was, and people can go and what is it on? Because like, what
It's
was your YouTube
on YouTube. But the thing is, if you don't keep posting,
uh-huh.
and it's like keep up with the times and stuff like that, you start kind of getting replaced by whatever the next thing is.
Yeah, but what's your name? Well,
Bike
so
Dope, I think it's Bike Dope official, Bike Dope, whatever.
on the YouTube as well?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Because
cool.
but then you see a lot of people on motorcycles, but then people say, "Oh, motorcycle Bike Dope, she do motorcycles." I say,
Yes.
well, uh, like Amazon is to the ocean, right? So Amazon is to you can
Mm-hmm.
buy anything off Amazon. You'll
Mm-hmm.
say it about Amazon because it's the marketing. You
Right.
hear so much.
Yeah.
Amazon is a name that everybody's synonymous with buying whatever and come to your
Mm-hmm.
doorstep. But
Right.
Amazon is in Brazil somewhere, and it's a rainforest. You know what I'm saying? Or South
Mm-hmm.
America. I'm sorry, in South America, and it's like a rainforest. So it's just a marketing thing.
Yeah.
And I knew that I needed a name that was going to kind of be a little bit more like what is this?
Yeah.
I need you to do that. Like what me like that, and then let me explain. Then I can
Uh-huh.
say, okay, well, what kind of then we get to talking. What kind of person are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
met someone like I was in Atlanta. And I met this dude named I am College. His name uh, 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 on Instagram was I am College, and he has this thing where he does so many things for kids, just gives them opportunities, and just
Mhm. I think I remember seeing that one too.
that was a great one. Like I forget the guy's
Yeah.
name, but he's still out here moving and grooving. Like to
Uh-huh.
me, it's the relationships. Like I want to bring everybody together, or at
Mhm.
least have a space for people to be able to meet or do these things with the people that I've met. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's like this. I know a young lady who's a doctor now. She's
Mhm.
from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? She's got her doctorate probably 2 or 3 years ago. She's a
Uh-huh.
doctor of political science, not like a doctor like a white coat doctor,
Yeah.
but doctor of political science, like anything pro this or Afro that. You know, she's on the job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she shifted a whole culture just by like doing that. She
Right.
don't know it, but I'm going to go out there and holler at her too. And she's in
Right.
California. She works for UCLA, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Like when I was doing it last time, income, like there was a added income, which was enabling me to move a lot freer. And, you know what I mean? But now it's like a little bit different. If I do it this time, I got to kind of strategize a little bit more. That's why it ain't hit me yet, but I got to start writing it down. Like if I'm going to do this, I got to refine it a little bit more, you know?
Mhm.
I got to maybe, I remember going to Memphis, and
Mhm.
the person I was going to go to Memphis with, and he got cold feet. He got cold. I don't know what happened to the dude. So I'm driving. I'm not
Mhm.
supposed to drive and text. I went on Instagram and typed in Memphis and just went like that and started picking out people to call.
Uh-huh.
And I met this dude who did music, and we met in
Mhm.
the park. And his name is Hit Kid. And you know the girl Glorilla, the light skinned girl from Memphis.
Uh-huh.
She had a song. I can't remember what the song was when she first came out, but he produced her first song.
Oh, wow.
Not even like people don't even know that. Like, but I
Uh-huh.
do. And I remember he's wearing a Michael Myers mask, and he had it sideways.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dog, like, what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? I had my mic. I said, I'm right in the park. And at the same time, I sat down with a homeless cat. I
Yeah.
remember I was I don't know if I ever aired that. He was speaking very, very low. Now that was one of the things that was
Mhm.
another thing. When I get back to it, I gotta have the audio right.
Right.
And
Well, everything's like kind of shifted anyway. So I think, you have the stuff, but I think everything has gotten a little bit better to where you can play with things a little bit more as
yeah,
well, too. So,
it's crazy. I remember I was you know where I was? I was at the Martin Luther King Museum, the National NAACP Black Historical Museum in
hmm
Memphis. Have you been there?
I have not.
You got to go there. It's crazy. I think
Hmm
it'll really like it's mind blowing. And I
hmm
was sitting there. He was a homeless cat, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like, "Hey man, like, you got a couple dollars?" And I'm like, "Oh man," because I don't carry no money when I'm out, just in case somebody trying to
Yeah.
hit me, rob me, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and I just happened to have like $3 or $4 in my car or something like that at the time. So I said, "Wait right here," and walked to my ride. Walked to around me a block away from the exhibit because I was going to the exhibit.
hmm
And I went and got the money from like $5 or something, $7 or something. I gave it to him. I'm like, you know what? You got a minute to talk? He was like,
hmm
yeah, whatever. I said, I give you this money, no problem, dude. If you don't feel obligated, you don't got to do it. I'm not going to try to shame you or nothing like that. But I know you got a story to tell. And I remember the birds are chirping, and you got to go to that NAACP, the Black History Museum in Memphis, or something. I can't remember the exact name, but that's it.
Uh-huh.
Set the camera up. We sat on the steps, and he gave me a story. You know what I mean? And after that, I just walked to the museum. I don't know if I did the museum afterwards or before that.
hmm
It was just so like everything was just so right, but
hmm
believe that God already kind of has our steps ordered. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you just gotta walk into that thing. That's why you can't be scared.
Right.
Walk into it.
Or even if you're scared that you still walk. Like
Yeah,
you go ahead and be scared,
yeah,
but just still make sure that you walk. I think that's the thing, like don't let the fear make you not do the
yeah,
walk.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What is one of the things that you're most grateful for?
Um, again, I like to thank my family, my mother, just
Mhm.
being able to be a halfway decent person.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just not acting off my impulse in terms of just how people, based on things I've heard people say or just stuff
Mhm.
like that. You know, just being able just to approach things level headed and being centered in my thoughts
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
in the relationships that I fostered through the years
Uh-huh.
and being able to just maintain those. You know,
Mhm.
always a big thing. And I'm super proud of my relationships.
Yeah.
So my kids, like I'm proud of those guys. I'm grateful for them. And
Mhm.
they, that kind of it's kind of that's what it is. I mean, it's like the older I've gotten, the more simple things have got for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
And I really didn't have like older examples, like old people in my life. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that really like sat down and talked to me and stuff. Like I didn't
Right.
have that. So to kind of do that, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Even with like the YouTube, like this stuff, like if something were to happen to me and you tonight, this would be on YouTube forever until they cut YouTube off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
why I
about
say it's timeless. Half the stuff is timeless.
right. Because
Yeah.
people go back on this stuff, and I catch myself doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
because we're our own worst critics, right? So you'll be driving, you might listen to Earth, Wind and Fire or something like that came
Mm-hmm.
out in '76, cuz you weren't even alive. Me talking to me, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of makes sense. So,
Mm-hmm.
I believe what we all have is gold. We just got to believe in it. You know what I mean?
Right. And be willing to shift to do it.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So, is there anything specific that you do besides breathing that assists you with overcoming things that may be viewed as challenges or obstacles?
Besides breathing, I
Or
believe
is that the thing? Just
I
breathing?
think that's because it's not just breathing. To me, it's
Yeah.
processing.
Yeah.
To
Uh-huh.
me, it's just taking in the moment. It's being present.
Right.
It's
Mm-hmm.
just just knowing it's possible, but kind of thinking, is this something that I really want to take on?
Mm-hmm.
In all that one breath, and breathing that in and taking all that in, like
Mm-hmm.
processing it, just knowing that it's if it's something that you want to do, then go ahead and do it. If you can see yourself doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
and not talking yourself out of it, you know what I
Right.
mean? And if you can see yourself doing it in 6 months, and try it, you
Right.
know. I don't know. I guess that's pretty much it. Not too much. Like it's not a lengthy process for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to jeopardize my family, my health, or somebody else, I think I might give it a lot more thought. But I don't want to jeopardize with these guys, no capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Them to reap the benefits, whatever good is, not bad. But I know bad because I know this bad's gonna happen, or whatever we
Mm-hmm.
interpret bad might be as
Yeah.
being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just stuff that might not bad but challenging. You
A
know?
challenge. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Something that's a little challenge or unexpected or what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does happen all the time.
All the
So
time. Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Yeah. So being able to, like you say, just keep the faith, do a prayer, keep the faith, take a breath, and get grounded and move on. You
It's
know?
it's funny because I
Yeah.
was talking to my buddy who I told you about initially, the
Mm-hmm.
new guy who I showed the podcast to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, because he's like, I know him, I know him now, but I didn't know him at all then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, man, you got 5 seconds for me, huh? Because everybody's on YouTube. Everybody's like, you got your own
Mm-hmm.
TV show. Congratulations, Miss Penny. You're on TV. It's just not Channel 4. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
your TV show now. But he, he was saying, he got 5 or 10 seconds with me. And he said, when you go like this,
Uh-huh.
he said, I knew my man was about to start cooking. But he don't know that's my prayer.
Yeah.
That's my prayer. Like
I
when I
remember
do that,
that. Yeah.
when I, yeah, I pray. That's my prayer because I really feel like I'm about to go into your world.
Yeah.
And out of fairness and respect, you know what I'm saying? I pray that I'm gonna do the right thing, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully that I can go like that and then be in, you
In the
know,
space.
yeah,
Yeah.
right here.
Whoever that.
You know what I'm saying? And but it's just so funny how people pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's funny how people like the first thing this lady said, right? You look great, Latricia. But them earrings, right? I'm like, Miss Penny's got some cool earrings off the top. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the first thing she said, so people see what they see and they remember what they remember. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's no different for me, for you, or anybody, because we're all the same. It's just
Right.
little things, it's little intricacies that go a long way. And your earrings are nasty, Miss Penny. I have to say,
Listen. Honey,
nasty.
Honey Dip, YouTube. She has some music out. She has actually transitioned. Her mom gave me these earrings,
Oh
uh,
wow.
but she has music. She has Charlotte, was it Queen Charlotte? She used to rap, and so she has several things out there.
Mm,
So look for Honey Dip. She's like, it's been a minute too. So like you say, you gotta put certain things in. One good song is "The Time Is Now." The Queen Charlotte like is awesome song. So whenever I
whatever you
want to get
thought,
like extra hype,
come from a set of earrings, right? You see how things work?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
Yeah.
something as simple as that. Just one question. Not we
Yeah.
talk about the Charlotte transition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. And you know, these are some of my favorite earrings. I wear these often. Cuz I do feel like the energy, you know, when I put them on. I always get someone who asks, and I know that's her energy because she had very, you know, big energy. She little thing, you
Yeah,
know. I don't even know if she was 5 foot, just,
yeah,
just,
yeah.
but her energy was always so huge, you know, and still is because I every time I wear these earrings, somebody asks me about them every
Mm,
time.
mm.
So, and that's to me a testament to once again her energy.
That's awesome.
Uh, yes. So yes. Um, all right. So we are coming to a close, believe it or not.
It's good talking
So
to you, Benny. Always.
yes. Love. So is there anything I always do like the words of encouragement that you have for other people and what would you like to promote as well? So first off, your words of encouragement, um, and then promotion.
I would say the encouragement would be you're enough. You are enough. It's kind of cliche, but you're enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're more than enough, and you have everything you need to do whatever you want to do right now.
Uh-huh.
You'll you'll and whatever you don't have and whatever you need, you'll find it out along the way.
I know that's right.
That's what I know. If I don't know nothing else, I know that. You know what I mean? 'Cause Lord knows I'm hopping in and out of these different, and it seems like it was I was doing everything. Yes. Anyway, uh, 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 you're enough. I think that's it. And don't forget to
Mm-hmm.
breathe. You got it. Whatever it is, just might take a little bit of time and give yourself grace. You know,
Amen.
you know,
Yeah,
give yourself grace. And just know you're gonna mess up, or might not feel right. But that's when me. That's when you need to move is when it don't feel right. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Or when it's uncomfortable, but on the other side over there, on the other side might be your destiny, might be a whole different. Because we're not designed to be one way.
Right. And that's the beauty.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to promote anything, I guess,
Excuse me, sir. You are just said you making a comeback. Social media. You
yes, man.
got apparel. What all? Come on now.
So we're
Don't
gonna,
do that.
I think what we're gonna do is, I guess I'm gonna get back into the podcasting space. I just don't know when, but I guess whoever wants to view my older stuff or the stuff
Mhm.
that's been out there previous. The stuff is like 6 years old, Miss Penny, but it seems like
I
it's
don't
like
care.
it's huh?
What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying because it seems like it was yesterday. I talk about the stuff like it didn't like it was years and years ago, but when I think about it, it's not. It's not that like 6 years wasn't
It's
that long.
not. I'm just like, what are you saying?
Because the times are relative and there's so much like so much
Okay, so
so many moving parts. Um,
it's on Bike Dope Official
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
And
gotta.
this is your reintroduction to um podcasting, speaking. Okay, so if you all don't follow him, go ahead and follow him because he's always doing motivational stuff on Instagram anyway. Because you're always talking and you always got, you know, you say stuff all the time. You got motivational words
I'm
almost every
humble,
day.
Miss Penny. I don't like talking about myself. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'll do it because you acting funny. Like, shit. What the hell? Like you on here, you say a whole lot of good stuff all the time. Whether you have a thought, whether you have an experience, whether it's just like a pick me up. I remember when you were working out, you were doing, you know, like you've done various things online with people watching, and just always been positive and motivational, and you know, a check every now and again when you need to check a thing or check a whatever, you know, hey, I don't know if that's good or what, you know,
Yeah,
whatever needs to be said, you don't mind saying the stuff. You say the stuff that some people won't say. Um, and you're good with you. So it doesn't matter whether it's a popular opinion or not, you're good with you.
yes, ma'am.
So so you do that and you're on, you know, you are on and you are positive and it is motivational. Some of it may be silly, you know, a little bit, but you always have something positive to say. Whenever I'm checking you out, you always got something positive to say
Yes,
or something that make you go, you know, I don't know if I thought about it like that or whatever. So that's who you've been over the years. Even though you haven't done the podcast, you have definitely, if you hitting the stories or what have you, I would say I don't know how much you post, but I see the stories more.
That's
Um,
the thing. I just try to, like, that's the thing. It's a lot to keep up with too, Miss Penny. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like that. But there's software that can do it for you, and like break down this video into like different segments. You know, maybe
yeah,
chop
yeah,
15, 20 segments or whatever, and
yeah,
post. That's what my social media guys doing. He's like, man, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. I'm like, look, dog.
yeah. Thank you. That's why I
Yeah,
hired you. Amen and
yeah,
hallelujah.
just
Yeah,
work with me, dog. But we
yeah.
got, we got. I'm like, look, man, like I don't.
And
Okay,
you breathe.
yeah,
You
right,
just take a breath. Because it's like it's the thing. And yes, we can do all of those, but I think it's like you said, kind of the consistency. You still have been doing the stuff, even though you haven't felt like it because it hasn't looked like the podcast, but you still are talking to people about life. You still are saying motivational things to people all the time. There's, like I said, there's not been a time that I've like got on and seen you on there and like click on your story and it hasn't been some kind of positive input. Now you may have some sports scores or something like that too every now and again.
yeah.
But like the majority is always something positive. So like if for people who are listening, go ahead and follow because it is, positive feedback, or just a thought or something that'll make you say, whether you in agreement or not, it's still gonna be something that's gonna make you think.
We try to stay relative, Miss Penny. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
appreciate you being receptive to it because that's the reason I do it because it just takes a lot to get the angles and do this. I don't got the patience for that. I just want to say it out there, but I know what I'm trying to say is good. So
Yeah.
maybe it might come in a different form, might come in a different fashion, or might come from somebody else, but we share the same thought, whatever I'm putting up there. You know what I mean? Like
And
whatever
and
story.
And I would just say, yeah, to all of the stuff with all of the people or whatever. But at the end of the day, for whatever you have been doing prior to whatever this new thing is going to be, where they're doing all of the good stuff behind the scenes and everything else, it doesn't take away from what you've already done.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's great. And we're all trying to, do better with how we do the stuff. But yeah, until then, it don't take away from what we're doing right now. So there's that.
And I just try, like a lot of times I think about like what to do. Like I was even talking about him. I'm like, man, you think I got the goods for real? Like to compete with the sponsor? Because the idea of the podcast, like sponsorship, this and the third. You know what I mean? Because I work a job, Miss Penny. I need these people to pay me a lot of money so I can relinquish the control and the ties to this here job.
You
You know what
know
I
what I'm
mean?
gonna want you to do?
Huh?
What I really want you to do is
So,
stop putting it out there and then taking it back.
fair enough.
Okay? Can we
Yes,
can we
ma'am.
stop?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But it's tough because
I
like
know, and just
it's
stop because you got the energy going in the wrong places when you do that.
but it's I don't really have I don't really got a big team, right?
You ain't had no team. It was you and Jaden. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
What are
Just
you talking
now,
about?
but JP done left me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, okay, and you're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
You
you're
got
not
little G, put him on duty.
right, right.
He of
But he ain't,
age.
yeah, he ain't. I don't know. He got attention span of cattle or ferret. I get what you're saying. I get.
So what I will offer you is this opportunity to just to it's gonna be okay. The lane that you're supposed to be in will be your lane.
Yeah,
And that's it. You don't have to keep trying to make it whatever. Cause sometimes what I've noticed, and I've talked to people and I've realized that, sometimes everybody has a way that, like this is the formula for this and this is the formula for that. And I'm okay with some of that, but then I'm also like, when it stop being okay with how you want to do it, then maybe that ain't your formula.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, and it doesn't mean one thing or the other. It's not one is better or what have you, but either you're going to join it or you not. Are
Yeah,
you going to get somewhere in the middle that feels comfortable or stretch you a little bit here? And are you not? Like, so either you're going to make the decision and you've already made the decision. So it's not really on you to do. You don't have to do the stuff. That's why you gave it to somebody else.
yeah,
So stop overthinking when you done gave it to somebody else.
yeah, yeah. It's
You
just
all got to do nothing but show up now.
that's it. Yeah, that's what I kind of. That's what I
Get
keep
out your
telling.
head. Get out your head. Get out your. I can see it.
Yeah, because in my head I'm already there, right? In my
Well,
head,
go there and stop
yeah,
doing all of this
yeah,
other, stop doing the scenic route because you're already
yeah,
there.
yeah,
And just know that it's always gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine. It's been fine.
yeah.
The only reason that stopped, I think, was because of COVID. Like you were doing really well. You know what I'm saying? I think that
A
was
lot
the
of
only thing.
momentum, yeah, absolutely. I did definitely a lot of momentum doing it, and it was, and it's funny because we went to the funeral. I was at the
Hmm.
funeral, and, some dude, a firefighter of my buddies. I didn't know him, but he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you." He said, "Oh shit, Mike, dope, what up, man?" I'm like, "Boy," because I didn't know him from a
Yeah.
can. You know what I'm saying? But when you kind of put yourself out there like that,
Yeah.
it's reassuring that people know you for that, and it's
Yeah.
not nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
they know you for good. Like it's not like they didn't know me for starting a fight or taking from my
Right.
man, taking advantage of this. You know what I'm saying? It was good. It was positive. It was like, yeah, because my man is, and he was saying all these like, man, you ain't know, but I remember because you did the I'm like,
Nice.
I did, I did. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, all these little things between my man passing away, seeing
Hmm.
JP talk to you like he does, and just little things that's been happening, like little indications from the universe.
Synchronicities.
Yeah, yeah. Like, look, man, you got something in you, man. You gotta give up. You gotta get back out.
Yeah.
You know
And
what?
some of it is about, like you said, honoring whatever we're given. You talked about like we all got something.
Yeah,
Some of us have more than, we got several things or whatever. And so just honoring that whenever that thing comes up, you gotta honor it. So even though you be like, dang, it's been a minute, you done talked yourself out 12 times on this show. I need you to, get it together.
I'll make you proud, Miss Penny. You'll see.
I'm already proud. You've already done the stuff. Like you still are very positive. So it's like you already are doing the thing. So you get to just, it's done. You got somebody else that's gonna do it. It will work out. And it's already done in your head. So now it's just like just keep on moving.
That's it. That's it. I appreciate
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Xavier. Black said great show. I'm not sure if Miss Terry Reeves is still with us. And I think her comment was when you were talking about JP. And so like it's just like I said, for what I've noticed is people may not be in, but they definitely go back and do and look. So
That's the thing too. That's crazy because I look at some
yeah,
of the stuff I put on YouTube, and I don't even like. I don't look at nothing like that because feedback is
yeah,
important, but only to a certain extent. To me,
yeah.
I
But
believe.
but
You know
people
what I mean?
do watch. And what I've noticed too is like people tend to look at the conversation and it's not just like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Like usually people look at the whole thing. So
Yeah,
for whatever that is, or the majority of it, or at least 30 minutes or whatever, it's not
yeah.
like one of those quick scrolls or what have you. So like I said, thank you so much.
It's been
And
my
yeah, this
absolute
has been great.
pleasure, young lady, to be doing this with you. And I'm mad that I haven't came and seen you or talked to you in a couple of years, but just know your influence is definitely felt in between these four walls where I'm at right
Well, thank you. Love y'all.
now.
All right, so we are signing off. Everyone have a good night and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
But, yeah.